wanted to hurry and show you the finished quilt top for the Avengers quilt. I posted a video and I have a blog about it. My blog is thesecretisgratitude.com and my YouTube channel is The Secret is Gratitude. That video is kind of long because I talked about placement and colors, to not have too many colors similar and not to have all of the characters in the same row unless you have enough to do every row that way. So I talk about those kind of things. Also, I wanted to talk to you today about size. You want to make sure that you don't go over size of a king size because, one, you wouldn't be able to use it on a bed. Two, you can't find a backing without making a seam in it. So what I normally do is I cut up the squares as big as I can to make them square, and then I lay them out and I measure them against a king-size sheet so that I know how far to cut them down. And then I use the first row as a row for the rest. So anyway, that's how I do that. And then also I wanted to share with you, on most of the kids' quilts, I make a pillowcase to match. And I usually use a full, what is that called, a bed pillow, body pillow, so that it can be at the head of the bed. So this would be a bedspread for a twin bed. It's actually a king size. So I use a king size sheet, and I'll show you how on a video, how I edge it. I use the king sheet to just fold it over once I have the batting in between, and then I edge it with the actual back piece. So it makes it a lot easier than trying to find some kind of edging or making my own. And so this would be on a twin bed, and it would hang down the sides. It would be like at the bedspread. And then I will make this pillowcase out of this extra fabric and things that we thought were cute to go at the top and that body pillow, so it's kind of like a sham. And it's washable, so that's nice. Anyway, I wanted to show, when you have weird things that might be a little bit bulky, those are all t-shirts, and sometimes I mix t-shirts and sweatshirts, and that's not a big deal. But if you have something bulky like this, that she wants this cute little outfit, that's a good thing to put on the pillowcase so that it doesn't make your texture of your quilt weird. So on this one, we're using sweatshirt on the blue to contrast it instead of on the red Superman one. And we're putting this blue on the Thor. So this will be the back of the one side of the pillowcase. And this is just a cotton fabric that you can get at, any store that has theme fabric, Walmart or whatever. And this is a clearance sweatshirt from Rue 21. But we wanted to make it not use the sweatshirts on the t-shirt quilt because then it would only be one, whereas the rest are all shirts, not sweatshirts. And then on the back side, we're using this fabric, and we're using a pair of Superman pajama bottoms from a little kid on this side and on this side. And then that's going to be in the middle because we wanted to do something similar. So this will be in the middle of this Thor fabric, and then we're going to have the shirt of the Superman on this side angled in, and then the pants are going to be on this side of the Thor fabric angled in and sewn down. Now I'm going to cut the backs off of this, and I'll show you how to pop those off. You basically get a screwdriver and kind of twist it a little bit, and you pop those off, and then once they're off, you can sew right sides together on the fold. So I would sew right in there and right these sides together. Anyway, I'll probably do a different video on that just so you can see. So once these are popped off, these will open up, and then you fold right sides together and sew right on this fold. And that way, when I put it back down, it will look like this, but it will be sewn right here. I could take these off and then stitch a line down here or zigzag, but with the printed colors, I would have whatever color I'm sewing with showing, and I don't want that. So the easiest way to do that is to pop these off using a screwdriver. You just stick the screwdriver in and twist underneath here, but be careful not to pinch the fabric. And then to sew it the way I suggested, with taking that open, putting the right sides in, and sewing on the inside on those seams so that it will look just like that. And then cutting it in half, so I would have the arms and the shirt and the other arm. And I'm also going to cut off this thicker piece so that it lays flat. So then I will just zigzag around the edges where it's cut off so that it looks like a little shirt. And then I'll do the feet on the other side. I'd cut the back off of all of it, lay that down, and then zigzag around the edges of it. And I will also cut off the waistband, or take the elastic out at least of the front half so that I have a flatter waistband up at the top. So anyway, go to my blog, thesecretisgratitude.com, and type in t-shirt quilt in the bottom search box at the bottom of the home page. And I have done about, I don't know, 15 or 20 of these that you can look at, and I put overalls and hats and all different sorts of things on the quilt, so you can kind of see how to use cute things like this baby's outfit. I put baby outfits on the other quilts, actually on the quilts themselves, and the hats and all those kind of things. So anyway, I think I'll also blog the pillowcase and show you how I want the fabric on this Thor to be up and down, and it's printed sideways. So it will look like that if I just did it the way that it is. So I am going to put a seam down the center and do it this way. But then so that I don't have enough fabric on the so I'm going to have to use the sideways on the underneath part, but this will be the fold on the edge where it opens up. So anyway, but on the Superman one, it really doesn't matter because there really is no up or down. It's like printed all different directions. So that's kind of nice. So when you're making a pillowcase or a quilt square, you want to make sure that the fabric that you're going to use for a backdrop is printed in all directions. So for example, this one kind of looks upside down here, but then it's straight up there. And then the same with this one. It's nice because it doesn't matter which direction you use the fabric, it has an upside. A lot of pajama bottoms now are doing that as well. Yet on the Thor, I had to make sure I cut it so that the pattern was up because it's only one direction. So I suggest if you're going to use that kind of fabric, plain fabric, in a quilt or a pillowcase, to find fabric that is multi-directional, or sweat bottoms or pajama bottoms or something that has different directions, so you don't have to really worry about how the pattern goes. And that's just another suggestion. And all of these will be on my blog or on my other video that's a little bit longer. So anyway, hope that was helpful.